I'll show you a whole bunch of different ways to do it, and you feel comfortable with how you want to do it. Because however you hold it, you have to feel comfortable. This is the front of their head. They're going to see this first. And I think that's the biggest fear that people have when they cut bangs and they frame the face, because it's in the front. If you mess up in the back, you can hide it. They don't always have to see it. If you mess up in the front, they're going to see it, no matter what it may be. So let's start with just bang straight across. What kind of bang are we going to do? Are we going to make it a straight line? Are we going to curve it like the moon? Are we going to make it into a triangle section? It depends on how much bangs they want to have down there. If they walk into you and they say, I have absolutely no idea where I want my bangs to start, you put them where you want to. How do we find their bang? Do you remember?
Comb on top of their head.
Comb on top of the head. So as soon as it hits that apex, right where it comes off, right here. Some of you may think, oh my goodness, that is way far back. It is far back for a lot of people, but some people are happy with that. They don't want to be able to put their head down like this and their hair fall in their eyes. If there's somebody that works all the time down at a desk, or they're constantly staring at a computer down, they don't want to have that hair fall. So that's okay. I always say just start with a triangle section first. So if I'm trying to determine, I take it from here, I start with a triangle section. I'm going to section her out to the corner of the eyebrow. I am not going to go back to her temple. Okay, corner of the eyebrow. Don't go any further back. Same thing on this side, corner of the eyebrow. If I get back into the temple, she's going to start to look funny. You will be able to tell if you are too far to the side. When you start pulling hair from here, you're too far. If I section her like this, and I go to pull it in, on most people, you'll pull hair that's right up here. And you don't want to do that. So if you notice on the side of somebody's hair, you're pulling hair from here, you're back too far. Okay? So this is what your section should look like, right here. If I'm going to cut them straight across, am I going to comb them straight down and cut them? Am I going to hold them out and cut them? Am I going to hold them up and cut them?
Can I ask you a question? Are you cutting straight across bangs right now?
Yeah, we're going to do straight across bangs. Yep. So if I bring her straight across, I'm going to keep it straight down. If she has a cowlick up front, do I want to hold tension or no tension? No tension, right, because what's going to happen? Exactly. There is nothing that says you can't just cut these in natural fall. You don't even have to touch them at all. Have your client just close their eyes, and I'm only going to cut a little bit so I can show you much more. And just take it like this, straight across, and hold no tension to it. You will be more even if you don't touch it than if you go and pull on it. So this is, she wants it straight across. She doesn't want any framing. She just wants Michelle Obama bangs. Ooh.
Oh.
Grab her. I know you're not recording me. I'm kidding you.
I can edit that.
Thanks. Straight across. Yeah, that's going to be a great one. Yeah, graduation.
Hey, you did a good save, so.
Yeah, and I say it really good. Straight across. What if she wants it to come like this and come around almost like a frown? You can do that. You can either round it, so I can either take her and I can round it around this way. I can take her, what I like to do is bring the bangs into the center and twist them. If I take them, depending on where I want them, I converge all my hair into here. Just like when you do an A-line bob, you bring all your hair to the center. When it's open, comes down, it's going to be longer in the front. Same thing with your bangs. If I take her here and I twist her, and twist her, and you can twist her again, it doesn't matter, depending on the length you want, and say right about here. I always like to point cut unless I want that exact straight looking bang, just because I like to have texture. And I have mannequin shears and they're horrible. So when I open her up, she already has that shortness to longness. And I'm not trying to fidget between, do I have it perfectly all the way around? Do I have one side longer, one side shorter? If you twist it, keep your fingers straight across, cut it off there, okay? Now, if she wears a side bang, and she brings it to the side, you can, of course, do this several different ways. I always tell you guys, come from up top to the corner. If you feel more comfortable just holding the bang on an angle, so if you want to bring it down like this and hold the bang on an angle and cut it, you can do that. That's one way of doing it. I bring my bangs over to the side this way. I'm trying not to be in you guys' way. And I come back across. I keep my fingers parallel to my part. Now, if I want this to be really long down here, I'll angle my fingers more so down this way, because that's going to give you that much more longness effect to it. But if they want that bang separate from the rest of the hair, I just keep it straight parallel with my part.
Do you mean like you angle it the opposite way?
Yep, I bring it across the opposite way of the head. So when they come back, they're going to go like this. So if I cut her, we'll use that as my guide down there. When I bring her hair back over, across this way, she goes from short to long, down that way, okay? Same thing if I want to go the opposite way, if she parts her hair this way. Wherever she parts it, I'll make my section, and I'll bring it back over this way, and then go back over this way, okay? When you go to frame, there's a couple different ways you can frame the face. If you want it to be just slight framing, say she wears her hair to the side like this, and she wants to have it connect to the bang. I would take her bang from where I ended. So I wouldn't need to start up here because I've already put a bang in her. I would take it down here where her length is. I'll part in front of the ear first. So when I take my part, that's all I take my first time through. Especially depending on the density of her hair, because if you take too much in there, you're going to have, do you ever do it when you're framing the face, and then you look at it when you're all done, and in through here, it looks like you have more layering in through here than what you have framing the face? Because when you hold that hair and you bring it through, if you take it at the ear and you bring it out this way, sometimes you have a tendency to cut, not here sliding towards the face, but cut on top of the hair this way and come in. So it's better if you take smaller sections and work your way. So I'm just going to take the front part of this. Now, I can do this several different ways. I can come in front of her and bring my fingers down like this and slide cut down the hair. Now, keep in mind, I'm taking the hair and I'm putting it like this, and I'm coming right behind it this way. If I do it like this and come on top, I'm going to put layers in here and not where her face frames. Okay? When I go to the other side, if she wears bangs, where am I going to start her face framing over here? If she has hair this length.
The chin?
Yeah, the chin or below. You don't want to bring it unless they want it all the way up here. You want to be able to distinguish what's her bang and what's her face framing. So over on this side, I'm not going to start it